Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Nabiyyina Muhammad. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, he said, which means, Laysa kullu man yaqa fi kufr takun kafir. Not everyone who falls into an issue of disbelief that they are a disbeliever. That could be because they could have fallen into it through ignorance. They could have fallen into it by their desires without any qasd, without any intent. They could have made a mistake, a slip of the tongue, many things. Now, this is not in defense of Waseem Shariff, but I want to mention something because the Takfiris are almost on steroids and they become so happy and rejoicing at the wickedness of other Muslims and their sins and making takfir of them. Now, he made some statements according to what is court documents or the document that's documented that were statements of disbelief, trying to make something lawful. Now, the point here is this would take a bath for the qadi, for the Islamic judge. The Islamic judge would ask Waseem, if he was in an Islamic court, with regards to the issue of takfir, not just the other crimes that are alleged that he committed, but they would ask him, what did you mean by that? Because you were doing a particular act and a statement saying you're coming closer to Allah, which is making that which is unlawful, lawful. What ماذا تقصد بذلك? What did you mean by that? They would make a tahqiq. They would affirm, because this is a judgment. The issue of takfir, this is haqq Allahi wa rasulihi. It's the right of Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, meaning it has to be affirmed in the Sharia. So an Islamic judge, not you takfiri, not you kilab an-nar, not you dogs of the hellfire, you don't have this right. This is the right for the people of ilm and the people of fiqh, with deen, with sunnah, wa qudat, and the judges. And that's why they would make a tahqiq. They would try to investigate and say, hey, Mr. Waseem, what did you mean by that? Did you, how taqsid hada, or was that just your evil and wicked desires that you said a statement of kufr, even though you knew it was wrong? That is very important. And we refer to that, and we're going to get into details in another video. We refer to that istihlal, this issue of istihlal. Oh, Takfeeri, why are you so ignorant? And you always have to speak about things you know nothing about. أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين. So, أيها التكفيريون, that when this concept of istihlal, في نوعان, it's of two types. استحلال قولي واستحلال أو استحلال اعتقادي واستحلال فعلي. So that means that there's a type of making something lawful which is known to be unlawful by your actions. For example, if I were in this video and I was drinking alcohol, you and I both know, even non-Muslims know, alcohol is impermissible. When I was having a pork chop on the other hand. أعوذ بالله من ذلك. We know this is haram. And I am doing this fi'l. This is an action. Does that make me a disbeliever? No. But rather, this is a great munkar in a sin and wickedness. Now, if I not أعتقد هذا, I believe that, then that's the other type of istihlal. That is istihlal i'tiqadi. That means now I've made this lawful through my creed. I believe this to be lawful. So I have this type of istihlal, takes you out of the fold of Islam. The other type is a great sin and munkar. This is one of the reasons the Takfiris fall into so many wicked, deviant ideologies in their creed. Look at all of these people. Daniel, Haji. These are just some featherweights. But before them we had Faisal Jamaica. We had Abu Qatada Philistini. We had Abu Hamza Misri. We had Abu Muhammad al-Maqdisi. All these huge takfiris from the 90s, probably 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, that Allah removed their shar, most of them. This belief is due to their origins with the original sect, the Khawarij, over 1,000 years ago, 1,200 years ago, 1,300 years ago, 1,400 years ago, that they did not possess full knowledge and fiqh of the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And they took ayat and applied it to the Muslimin. And it shows that there's a difference between Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah, the people of Sunnah wal Ilm wal Fiqh, and the people of Takfir and deviancy, because they will take bits and pieces. They have a cut and paste methodology. And then the end result is that they make the Muslims' blood lawful. And guess what, ayyuha takfiriyun? When you make another Muslim's blood lawful and declare them to be a disbeliever and all the rulings that are associated with that, you have now judged with what? Other than what Allah revealed. So it's amazing how the Takfiris fall into their own criminal acts that they accuse others of, and they actually end up implementing a more wicked mufasid. They actually do a greater harm. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil, protect us from kulli su wa makruh. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.